Yeah. What other costs you have been able to stop? I mean, you own the building, or you have a rent to pay?
I own it.
You own it.
We don't have rents. That's a good thing. We don't have bank debt. So that's a good thing too.
So most of the large majority of your costs were payroll, and this was suspended after what, the first month?
After, yes, 3 weeks, I think.
So we talk about the cost, and unfortunately there was not too many things you could do. Have you been able to develop any new source of revenue?
Yes, well, until now, as we are still in lockdown, we cannot do anything. It's only wishful thinking. But we have been thinking of alternatives that we can put in place. That might be office rental. They use for the rooms, long-term rentals by month, 6 months, a year maybe. Laundry service to the exterior, to use the laundry, food delivery, some ideas we could put in place. But only since last Monday have the policies and the regulations been announced by the government to reopen the hotel. So now we're doing that, working on that to obtain the legal permits. And then when we can reopen, we can start to think about this. But not now, the priority are the legal permits.
So far, so your source of revenue is, you are working on it, is strategy, you discuss with your team, you plan it, but you couldn't start yet. You're still in your hotel is still closed so far.
Yes, and as they are with their contracts on hold, technically, they're not my employees during the hold.
So you still in contact with them? How do you keep in touch with your team?
Yes, we're in contact to have a chat.
They are still very involved, even so, as you said, technically they are not your staff anymore. They feel loyal and involved, and they know that when you're open, you are going to have them again as staff.
Yes, I think that's clear to them. You know, communications is getting kind of a distance, but I understand they are managing their own problems, trying to find money everywhere to pay their rents, their food, everything, their schools. So their minds are not on the hotel, really.
Yeah, I imagine yourself, when the lockdown is over, where you think you'll be the most useful in Lima to try to activate all the sales part in the organization, or in Cusco with the team?
No, in Cusco.
You have to be in Cusco with them.
Yes, I have to go see, plan the restaurant, see the rooms, have to implement all the exigencies of the legal procedures.
Yeah, from the government.
We have to put in place. So I have to go there, find products, install, measure, paint, everything.
Okay, so because what I understood before, for the last few years, your hotel was working. I mean, you were able to manage your hotel remotely from Lima. You were not based in Cusco constantly.
No, I travel 1 week to Cusco every month.
Okay.
1 full week.
As a leader, as a manager, what skill did you use the most for the last 10 weeks or at the time of the closing and so far?
Well, the first one I would say is patience. I kind of feel that nothing's happening. We're sitting and waiting and reading, informing, but nothing's moving. I'd like to things done fast now. So that's something affecting. And then the necessity to renegotiate all possible contracts. That's something I would not do on a regular basis. I usually negotiate the contract, and then you respect the contract.
And how was the response in the majority when you start to renegotiate? There was a good understanding from the suppliers, or?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, very much. With the staff, with the suppliers, with the companies, they're all very understanding, trying to help, seeing the problem.
And now, do you have anybody in the hotel right now as a security, or in Cusco, you just have to close the door and that's it, and it's okay?
No, we had to organize first security when they were still under contract. And now I have someone living at the hotel just to show some presence.
What do you miss the most for the last 10 weeks?
Human touch with human contact with my staff and with the providers also.
Yeah, that was welcome in all the interview. This is really the number one thing, huh? Being in touch with the client and the team. That's very important.